Peace, peace, peace. Everybody, this is the Unity Conscience Show one more time at the Kemetic Science Institute. Y'all know how we do it. We got the brother Arulu with us. The brother came all the way from Atlanta, GA. We got the Atlantean with us with the Atlantean name. Brother, go ahead and introduce yourself, man, and let the people know who you are.
Well, as the brother already told y'all, my name is Arulu, and what I do is, one, I'm a certified Reiki Master teacher. I've taught 13 students in Atlanta, and I'm constantly teaching more and more people and raising the awareness of what Reiki is. I'm also a drip star, so what I do, I make drip. I make jewelry, crystal and copper jewelry. I also use gold. I use silver. I use anything you want me to use to manifest, holy relics, divine tools to use in energetic situations such as meditations, entity extractions, clearing the space of homes or cars, also protecting space, Akashic record alterations, and also revelations. So it's a lot of shamanic work and shamanic energy, interactivity. I like to use that word, interactivity, because you're interacting with different dimensions and entities and vibrations. So that's what I do. I work in those fields. Yeah.
Well, for the that's very powerful for some of the younger students and younger people out here that don't really understand a lot of the astral travel, the astral hygiene, and the whole astral dynamics. Break it down in layman's terms. What this energy dynamics and how utilizing some of these tools, I would call them, this jewelry, this high propulsion jewelry, okay, and these high propulsion stones. Break it down a little bit so people can understand how these things actually affect the body, affect the spirit, and affect the soul.
Okay, so we know that everything is energy. Everything is energy. So when you understand that, you understand that every interaction and every thought creates a frequency of vibration. So when you have a negative conversation or a negative interaction with anything in the universe, it has a frequency.
Mic up a little bit.
It has a vibration, a frequency. And what happens is you, through the process of osmosis, you internalize your environment. So if you're in a negative environment and there's a lot of negative energy vibrating around you, you're going to internalize that whether you're conscious of it or not. Now, what happens is when you have high vibrational stones or high vibrational devices like the orgonite that you create, or like the jewelry that I create, it elevates the frequency, and you can impart protective programming into these stones to make sure your environment is a high vibrational environment that's conducive to elevating and helping you to meditate and stay healthy, not only in the physical, but in the mind, because words are vibrations as well. So if you listen to a lot of negative music, it seeps into your subconscious.
Right.
Then you start to have these thoughts that, if you're aware that you're having these thoughts, they will reveal to you what it is in your environment, because it takes a village. And from that village, the vibration of the village is internalized into that child or that person inside of that village.
Right.
And every community is the same. Every group of people is the same. So it's all about your environmental vibration.
Right. Now you're talking my language now, because I'm up here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I talk to a lot of people, and that is the gist of what I talk about a lot of times. Is not only that things are everything is vibration, and not only that everything is mental, as we know, but the fact of being able to be aware of our thoughts, catching our thoughts, being able to start to train our thoughts, and I learned that, this is what the meditation is for, to learn how to shut that mind down, to learn how to allow the spirit to come forth instead of what I call the monkey mind or the ego, or what has been identified, this identity that we have created here.
See, what I tell a lot of people in meditation and exploring the inner world is logical thought gets in the way. of intuition.
Right.
Logic and intuition are two halves, but when you're dealing with one, you have to slightly overstep another.
Okay.
Because that's just like logic. Intuition will get in the way of logic. Just like logic will get in the way of intuition. When you balance both, you step with both and they don't get in each other's way.
Okay.
It's just having the discernment of which one to apply more than another one in which energetic environment. So, per se, if we were sitting down in a vibration of facts, we're accumulating facts. So we want to know how fast the sun is moving, or how fast the earth is moving, or how fast the Milky Way galaxy is traveling.
Make sure you stand in this camera.
Okay, the Virgo cluster. That's a logical endeavor.
Okay.
So we would use logical means such as calculus, trigonometry, geometry, and speeds, distances. When you go into a intuitive endeavor, such as I want to meditate and get in tune with my friend that's across on a whole nother country,
Right.
in a meditation, you're not dealing with logical things. You're dealing with intuitive things like psychic things,
Right.
like remote viewing. That's not a logical thing to do.
Right. You're dealing with the spiritual realm.
Exactly.
Etherical energy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we it's really important that we know where and when to apply the left and right brain hemisphere technology of the human being, meaning thought and intuition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And knowing when to stop thinking and when to start feeling or sensing, and when to stop sensing and just look at things directly and be logical. There's a time and place for everything.
Right. So what you're really talking about is balance, and being able to learn how to balance the energies, differentiate the energies, learning when to use them, when not to use them. Discernment. You know, one thing that has come to me lately is the seasons. You know, the winter, spring, summer, fall, and that everything in nature is in tune with the seasons except for us. And so I have made a pact with myself to get back into the cosmic flow or the cosmic season. See, I truly believe winter is the time that we're supposed to be, if we really follow the universal plan of things. Springtime, we'll be planting new seeds, new ideas. We'll be planting new ventures. Summertime, we'll be working, just like we'll be tilling the land and fertilizing and tending the plants and just snipping them back and doing our gardening with them and everything, doing our work with them. And then fall, we'll be harvesting. Right. So we'll be reaping the benefit of everything we've sown and the work that we've done during the summer. And then winter, if we follow the cosmic plan, winter, when everything gets slow, when things die down, when the excitement is not there, guess what? We're sitting on a little something. So then we can sit back, and while everybody's scratching and worried and stressed out how they gonna pay their bills, see, you'll be like the squirrel. The squirrel done put the nuts up.
Exactly.
You be sitting back hibernating like the bear. You know what I mean? Just chilling. You might can just go, to the Bahamas somewhere or something.
I also teach people there are techniques, energetic techniques that you can use. It's a form of pranayama, and people have to be taught how to become. And you're in the electrical field, capacitors.
Right.
Of energy. You don't just draw energy in and release it. You can draw energy in and store it.
Right.
And release with discernment in its rightful place and rightful amount. You know what I'm saying? And it's knowing these ancient techniques, because it's not new. None of this is new.
Nothing new under the sun.
We just remember.
Right.
We just remember. So once we remember these techniques, we can use them and be more superhero humans.
Right.
As the babies call them. They call it, superhumans. Oh, you got an extra power. It seems like an extra power.
Right. Well, to me, what I've discerned, that the hero is the person who can recognize their flaws, recognize the character. Because when we came through the zodiacs, through the angle, through the time in which we came here, we all picked up a little mixture or recipe from each one of these zodiacs. So each one of them have positive and negative attributes. So me, I'm a Sagittarius. So I came in the attributes of Sag. The positive, I got a little bit of those. I got a little bit of the negative,
Right.
as well as a few other signs. But now it took me years and years and cycles to realize, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm supposed to be recognizing these as they say, transmute base metal to gold. So the alchemy is really, or they call it the great work, is what we're supposed to be doing. Is that we're supposed to be the gold, the base metal is not really a metal.
It's not.
That's symbolic. It's really character. So it's really finding that base character, or that negative polarity character, or that weakness of character that you don't like, and transmuting it into a golden character.
Facts.
And that's going to give you a golden aura.
Facts.
And then you become the hero of yourself.
Right.
You see, because you overcome all the obstacles of you. Because really the only thing you will ever fight is yourself.
And that journey in itself is the journey of godhood and Christhood.
That's right.
Christ isn't a name, it's a rank. It's something you achieve.
Right.
The journey in life, the purpose in life is really to achieve the rank of Christhood in every density. Right. So you elevate, then once you go through all 7 densities, you ascend into higher octaves.
Right.
Because it's all music.
It is.
We got
and mathematics.
Them got an octave.
Colors.
It
all goes together.
It's all tied in, you know what I'm saying? It's all sacred geometry on different, planes of existence, So like you were saying, people have to learn these things so we can become greater.
Yeah.
This is the age of Aquarius. It ain't this age, all that Piscean stuff
is over.
Over with, what I'm
it's
saying?
over. And now I'm gonna tell you what's been coming to me, brother. We both on the same type of journey, so we both receiving downloads, and you will receive downloads too if you start to get your body together.
Constantly.
If you start to become light, you will receive the light.
The light.
So, but what I found out, we receiving too much light. See, we need to receive some darkness too. Because see, that's the primordial, that is the energy that's coming in right now.
And that's the balance.
That's the balance. That is, listen, the black sun is on its way. See, they always talk about the binary star. They say, oh yeah, our sun has a binary sun, right? And then they keep pointing outward. And they say Nibiru or this, a series of that. No, it's inside of you. That sun is inside of you.
The real black sun is that heart chakra.
That's right.
That heart space. When you go into that heart space,
that's right.
That is the black sun. No light can escape that heart chakra. That's why love is so powerful. Once you really get in your feelings and you start using them feelings for different things, you start to realize why love is the most powerful thing. It's not about the emotion. It's about the power in that emotion to create and manifest what you will into reality.
That's right.
That's why this is the most powerful thing, because love motivates you and moves you so powerfully. It's like seeing a mother, something happens to their child, or a car accident, and you wonder why this woman gets super strength out of nowhere.
Right.
That heart.
The heart chakra, it woke up.
Yo, the heart chakra, that black sun.
That black sun.
Got that energy, that love start kicking in.
Now, the key to the magic is that when you take the golden sun, the one we see every day, and take that black sun and draw them together. And when that's the yin and the yang. When they come together, boom, implosion.
And the melanin.
Activation.
The melanin is like the filter.
Yes. Well, it's the gas too.
True.
It's everything.
So the gas is like a filter from the ether into the physical substances, because we got magnetism,
right?
We got electricity, we got light, we got ether, we got gas, we got liquid and solid. In order for that energy to cross the bridge from the primordial substances of magnetism, electricity, and light, it has to go through that ether,
right?
That gas is also a substance, but that gas is the filter for what's going to get added to that hydrogen. That H2O.
Right.
It got to go through that oxygen first before it gets to that hydrogen bond. Then once it goes through that, then you can get to the ice, the solidification, the crystallization of that light.
Come on back in,
and that's
people want to see you.
That's how we take it from a thought to physical. You know what I'm saying? The magnetism to solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we have to refine our physical. We have to refine our light. We have to refine our discernment. We have to
Right.
refine the things that we allow in our environmental universes, because we universes within universes, microcosm, macrocosm. It's all
Layers within layers within layers.
one with the all with the one, as above, so below, as within, so without. We know these great laws of the universe.
We know these axioms.
You know, we know all of these things. We just have to apply this knowledge.
Now, another thing, and one of the most strongest and powerful energies that I've come to know is what they consider the dielectric energy. And what this is the energy that sits still. This is the energy that's in the middle. They call it the neutral.
Yeah.
See, people talk about the positive and they talk about the negative, but there is another polarity. It's called stillness. And the stillness is where the real magic is at. Because in the stillness, the pendulum, if we know the pendulum and the law of rhythm, and the pendulum going to swing right and it's going to swing left, well, what if you can just stay still?
Right.
You have no swing.
And you don't have to expend no energy.
You don't have to spend no
in
energy.
that movement.
Right. So now you have the greatest power, because at that point you chose both. You chose the darkness and the light.
At the same time.
At the same time. And that's what we come into. This age of Aquarius is bringing us to that. That's what it's bringing. It's bringing both of the polarities together.
And
the synergy.
And that's what people need. Like, as a shaman, when I do my work, it's not about being, oh, I'm a light worker. It's not about, oh, this person is evil because they're a dark or so-called dark worker. No, the real is you balance the scale.
You balance both. You need both.
One cannot exist without the other one. One has to be equal.
Right.
Things have to be equal. It's called equality. You have to go through the equality before you can get into the realm of God.
Right. And you know what's so crazy is that through trickery and through ignorance, these people have actually, taken us away from our sun, that dark sun. If you really pay attention to a lot of Egyptian art or Kemetic art, you notice they got the sun disc, right? And they got the horns, right? Now, the horns, we know this representing the Taurus, the age of Taurus, in which that was the golden age, the bull and all of that, and the Taurus field, the red and the blue, and how electricity and how magnetism work, but a 0 point energy. But a lot of people don't want to talk about that sun that's set up in their head. That wasn't the sun that we looking at out here.
No.
That was Saturn. That was set.
There's so many different symbols, and people have one of the things
But I don't want to run from that what I just said too fast, because we got to understand where we was getting our energy from. In our prominent days, you see, we was getting our energy from Saturn, from Set, from Kronos.
I've been digging into that.
You see what I'm saying? That's where we was getting it. Now, check out the play. If you notice, when the rise of our opposite polarity, which is the opposite color of us, when the rise of them is because they got us to start worshiping their sun.
Exactly.
The son of God.
False prophets and false gods.
The golden sun. You understand? And we left our sun.
Forgot that the sun was us.
Right.
And that's how they trick us. They make you think that something else is you, and tell you that you're not that.
Right. And you on something else.
You the whole time.
Right.
But by the time you find out, now you have to deal with all these generational karmic debt. You got to deal with people who are so attached to their traditional beliefs that's really not their beliefs at all.
Right.
Then you have to they have to unlearn to learn. So we have to deal with these different paradigms to bring our people back to
Right, but does it not make sense if you've been practicing something or you've been going one direction, right? This whole journey, and you get a certain result.
Right.
Would it not be logic sense? Even we want to get into some left brain thinking.
Okay.
Logic sense that if you go the opposite direction, that you're gonna get opposite result.
But see, we have to remember, in that, we have to keep the balance. So as logical as we are, we have to be illogical
Right.
and be intuitive. Because all the answers not going to come through logic.
Right.
Only half.
Right.
Mathematics and all that, that's left brain. That's left brain. When we get back into the right brain of psychometry and telepathy and empathy,
Right.
things like being energetic healers, that's all right, but that's what's missing, and that's what's coming back in the age of Aquarius.
Right.
Balancing the scale. We're gonna be logical and we're gonna be intuitive, and we're gonna rock out. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the throne of the Milky Way galaxy where we were. You know,
Right.
where we belong.
Well, hey, brother, listen, we got you here, man, and you got all this knowledge sitting on top of your crown. Man, take that thing, man, show the camera this crown and break down some of the science and the math that's going on with this right here, because this thing right here is powerful.
Okay, so this crown was created over the span of about almost 2 weeks. The reason for that, I took breaks. I could have got it done a lot sooner.
It ain't how fast it goes. The result.
So as you can see, I put multiple levels of coiled copper wires, 100% copper, and I chose selenite as the main stone because of all of the great things that selenite does for clarity, purifying, charging, everything. Like,
Okay.
Selenite is like the crystal sage.
Right. Step back a little bit and let the people hear you while you're talking, bro. Let the people see. They want to see you.
So that's why I chose to create this crown with that centerpiece, is because of the straight purity, the straight power,
Right.
and what it does, and
that-
functionality.
That joker is nice. That is powerful.
Oh,
I feel the vibration of it just right here coming off. You know.
Constant Reiki flow, constant, in all directions. This crown can, and that's another thing about copper that people don't realize, is it carries intentions like almost like crystals do, but with copper is more so like a electrical charge.
Right. Step back a little bit, brother. Let the people see.
Okay, so it's more so like an electrical charge that you sending through your copper to your crystal, and the crystal is retaining that information, whereas the copper just carries it.
Okay.
It's just it's a mode of transportation.
I understand.
For that will and
So what you're saying is the copper is the conduit, but the crystal is the capacitor.
exactly.
Crystal is what's holding the memory, the energy, and all of that. Now, since we're talking about that, now what would you use then to be able to take that energy that's been stored there and make it go the direction that you want it to go at that point?
The will of the mind, which is intention. It's that simple. It's not complicated.
Right.
It's not rocket science. It's very simple. Clear your mind, think, and be right and exact.
Okay.
Solidify it. Give it as much definition as you can.
Okay.
And then manifest it. Use your will to manifest into reality.
Okay. Now, pause right there, because what we're talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen, God and goddesses, is magic, which is really magnetism. Is really being able to take the forces, use the forces, and direct the forces by your will and your thought. Now, we have to get out of the spookism and all this TV stuff that they done showed us, black magic, this, witches, warlocks, and all these type of things.
There's no black or white magic. Magic is just magic, and magic ain't even really magic. Magic is just a form of science and understanding.
Magic is mentalism.
Yeah,
It's
like,
using your mind to make things manifest in the way that you want them to manifest.
Exactly.
See, we was conditioned to think that we supposed to just sit here and accept this reality in the way that it is. But we are programmers.
As God, you don't just accept reality, you manifest reality.
Exactly. And so we got to get out of that mindset, brother.
Right.
Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about how we can get the brothers and sisters out of the mindset of being humans and being at the will of others, and being what I call victims of circumstance and life. How can people get out of the mentality of being the effect and get into the mentality of being the cause, of being the creator of their destiny, being the creator of their reality?
Okay, so the very first thing that, in my humble opinion, that people need to do, and don't take this the wrong way, y'all, You got to take your personal power back. You can't keep saying that God is something outside of self. It's an illusion.
Right.
Anything outside of self is an illusion. That's just the end all be all.
And it's giving up your power.
Yeah, your eyes playing tricks on you and somebody else too. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find God in you, why are you looking outside the house?
You ain't gonna find it in nothing else.
You're not gonna find it. The body is the temple. What is in the temple?
God.
God. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm God.
generate, operate, and destroy with good orderly direction, with great omnipotent divine power.
Right.
And you will see a vast difference. Just ask yourself from a God state of mind. Look at things from a God's eye. Your third eye ain't just the third eye, it's the one eye.
That's all connected.
It sees
It's all seeing.
All seeing eye.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So what people have to do is they have to get out of this indoctrination that God is an entity that's beyond them.
Right.
As long as that exists, they will never realize that God is self.
So step one, we're gonna break this thing down.
Right.
One is, first of all, you have to acknowledge that you are God.
Facts. And step two is you have to become true and living, which is cleaning yourself up. Because living a lie, it's not. Don't think about, oh, I was living a lie and it was so bad. I feel no. It's what happens. It's a given. But once you get to that realization that, okay, I'm God, I've been lied to, now you start finding out the truth about yourself. You start getting knowledge of yourself. Because once you get knowledge of yourself, you get knowledge of God. Once you have knowledge of God, you know, all the mysteries fall to the wayside. So it's about the exploration, the accumulation of facts. Once you accumulate facts, the mystery falls away. It disappears.
Well, I like that because you said too, it's purifying yourself. And what I would add with that and purifying is purifying the temple.
Facts.
Because you're not going to receive no kind of downloads or revelation.
Oh no.
If you do not start to purify yourself. And what I mean by that is the food you eating.
Oh yeah.
The diet. You know, we got to get off this dense meat. If you eating flesh, period, it's going to make it even harder. And there's steps to step yourself down. But eventually, you trying to get back into your natural state.
Facts. And the brother Hilton Hotima, shout out to Kemetic Science, because they got a book in here by Hilton Hotima, Professor Hilton Hotima. Y'all need to look up Professor Hilton Hotima. Come in and get the books. Get them wherever you can find them. If brother run out, because, you know, it's very rare books. The gist of what I'm saying is he taught these ascendant ways of operating, meaning different ways to breathe,
Right.
different postures to sit in, different trains of thought, how you can explore facts and dig, and you really find out the truth. Really, humans are breatharians.
Right. Breatharians.
Yeah, we don't really need all we need is light.
All you need is air.
All you need is light. Cause see, food is only a conduit, a carrier of light.
Right.
Water, these things are just carriers.
You're so right.
They bring you
Light.
the nutrient of light. When you get to the core of it, you look at these vitamins, you look at these minerals, you look at all these different modes of sustenance. At the end, on the smallest level, what some people call the quantum level.
What you're consuming is light.
You know, once we get down to that level, you realize everything is just energy.
Right.
So if you know everything is energy, that light frequency determines the level of energy that anything has.
Right.
The more energy you get, and you know this from electricity, the more energy that goes through that electricity, the brighter it gets.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The
That's
more
right.
heat is produced. So you'll notice that with your physical body as well. The more energy you get, brighter.
Right.
You start emitting higher amounts of biophotons.
Right.
So people like, yo, I can see your aura, you glowing. Yeah, because the biophotons got you lit. You on a whole another wave. You on that God vibe.
Right.
You can't be brought down. You know what I'm saying? And like, brother, like we got to keep reminding y'all, Don't get it twisted about this light and it's dark. You know what I'm saying? Because I rock out on both sides. You feel me?
Right.
Generate, operate, and destroy in all worlds. You got to be the Lord of all worlds,
All
not
worlds.
just one. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a multifaceted, multi-dimensional, holographic universe.
That's right.
You know,
We got holograms running everywhere.
Everywhere.
We got programs running everywhere. You know, and so let's go ahead and move on to 3. We gave the people
Okay.
2. First was know thyself, know that you are God.
Know that you God.
Know thyself. Second is purifying thyself.
And third is being true and living.
Being true and living.
Being
Break
true
that down for us, bro.
So true and living is, if you know you God, you have to be God at all times, regardless to whom or what. Regardless to whom or what.
Right.
Can't pick and choose when and where to be God. Either you God or you ain't. It's that simple.
I like that.
So I keep it real.
That's 100.
You got to be able to teach it to the babies. Keep it real.
Being
You know
consistent.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Just be God.
You know,
true and living.
what I think about that is that we look at the infinite patterns. If we want to talk about the Fibonacci sequence and all these type of things, all these things are consistent patterns
Facts.
that makes up the basics of a reality.
Facts.
So what does that tell you? That to make up the basis of your reality, you have to be consistent. You have to build patterns
Exactly.
of consistency
And
to
that's
get where you want to
programming.
get. That's program, because you're programming now. You know, one
Mm-hmm.
thing that I had to do in my journey, and it helped me out, and I knew I had to do it, was stop the old programming.
Oh yeah, you got to cut the old programming out. It's
Input
like,
equals
it's like
output.
Garden with weeds in it.
Right.
You got to pull them weeds up before you get to plant new. You know what I'm saying? Plant new seeds.
Right.
The body and the mind is the same way. You got to take out that slave mentality and get into your godhood. And you get, it got to be no holds barred.
Right. You can't play with this thing.
I'm gonna just take a little bit of it.
Right.
And no,
Can't straddle the fence.
it's all the way or not at all.
Right. Right. I had to stop watching TV.
Oh, man.
I had to stop listening to the
It's
radio.
all indoctrination, man.
Right. Because I was like, where these thoughts coming from? I can't stop them.
The other side.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was making me feel all negative and sad and depressed. And I'm like, this ain't me, because I don't want to feel like this. But I couldn't stop it. But then I had to stop and take a look at myself and assess the situation. I said, hold on. Cause equals effect. Input equals output. As above, so below. So if I keep putting this negative and all these things, this is the effect I'm going to continue to get.
Every time.
And so, but I say, well, you know what? If I turn the tide and go opposite direction and start putting in consciousness, you know, brothers, you know, Phil Valentine, you know, Dr. Blair, you know, Bobby Hemmett, you know what I mean? Ben Clark, I started listening to Savan, Seven, Bomar, you know what I'm saying? I even threw some white boys in there, you know what I mean? I want to hear the signs. I know they've been holding it for the last 3,000 years. They got it.
Man, he doing a lot of things with the unified theory and the resonance project, and
You got to pay attention to all of it.
pay attention to what they doing with them large hadron colliders. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what they doing with these satellites. You got to know what they doing with these interstellar vehicles. You got to know what they doing with these free energy generators that don't, that run and create energy indefinitely.
Right.
You got to know about these anti-gravity devices that they using with these ARVs, these alien reproduction vehicles.
Right.
Yo, this is old news. You know.
You know, though, brother, you know, what I've come to know lately, you know, I'm still developing. I'm growing every day, you know, that this is a true computer simulation that we live. This is what I believe from my studies, from my astral travel, from seeing what I've seen behind the veil.
Right. And that's behind the veil.
And what I've seen behind the veil is a mainframe organic computer. I've seen this reality pixelized so many times. And I've come to understand that this is a simulation. So my point is this. If this is a simulation, and I'm either a character that's built in this program, or I'm outside of this program and I've set a program for myself and I'm living it out like an avatar type of thing, or that I'm outside of this simulation, trapped, like the Matrix being used like a battery to sleep, put to sleep somewhere, and someone's utilizing my mind and has built a construct so that I can believe that I'm here working and living and this, so that they can extract our energy or my energy. So
what's going on.
in my mind, one of these scenarios is true. Now, that's the sad part, but the positive part is that it gave me the strength, it gave me the understanding that I'm a program. So then I'm a programmer.
Right.
So then, I can hack this program
Oh, and
because I'm an anomaly.
And that's the turning point. Once you realize that
Ooh.
you're the programmer,
And I can program this shit, guess what? I'm at work. So we can't be scared. We got to get out of this fear.
no fear. Fear invites doubt. Once you invite doubt into your psyche, your ability dwindles. It's like jumping off the side of a cliff. You know what I'm saying?
You have no wins, but
This is like a trampoline. Whereas doubt is the cliff. You just jump off.
right, or some water. You jump in and you sinking.
Yeah,
Metaphorically.
metaphorically. But for some people, it can be like water and they drown. For other people, it'd be like a cliff.
Right.
I'm saying, because some people can swim and get back to shore and get out of their doubt.
Right.
Other people, they run with the doubt and just yell. It's like when people say, I ain't God.
Right.
That's jumping off the cliff. Opposed to somebody saying, I could be God.
Right.
And that's them swimming through the waters.
Right. And then there's one that says, I'm God.
And it's like,
And he walk on the water.
No, what he do is he walks off the cliff and walks over the water.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. It's levels to it.
It is.
So it's all about your awareness, how serious you are, how what you don't absolutely reject. Because you gotta reject things so that it don't even get into your subconscious.
Right.
Absolutely, you gotta, and that's another thing I tell people. You have to culture yourself. Once you are true and living, which is the third stage, the fourth stage is you have to culture yourself so when people see you or you express yourself, it shows. So
Right.
understand who and what you are, and they don't misunderstand what you're saying.
I'm glad you brought that back around because I had something that came to mind when you talked about it before. You hinted at it a little while ago, and it's something that when you research the Masonic order and you see some of the signs and symbols and things and techniques that they use to keep the advantage sometimes, not all of them, but some.
Yeah.
And what I came to understanding of what the letter G stands for. And that G is the generative principle, and this generative principle translates to the will or the action. And so I feel that, and I know that that is one of the things that has been suppressed in our subconscious and in our conscious the most. The will to act upon our thoughts and the things that we want to bring into manifestation.
That's the generator.
Right.
The generator manifests your will.
Right.
That generation comes from the heart chakra.
Exactly.
Because when it comes down to it, everybody does something for joy.
Right.
Regardless of what brings you joy, it's all about that joy. That's the largest motivator, and you love what you enjoy.
Right.
So that love amplifies the willpower to create more joy, and that's how you program manifest. And what determines what you do with that willpower, that joy, what gives you love, is what ultimately determines what comes out.
Right.
That equation. So, like you said, you have to program your equation in order to get things through equality, meaning the expression. What is this expression going to equal? Like our bill. What is our bill going to equal? More people being more knowledgeable.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We generate it from the heart because this is what we love to do, and this love creates a brainchild, which is creating an environment of high vibration for other people to ascend in awareness.
True, brother. That was so well put. Man, we're going to get ready to close out. Is there anything else in conclusion, in closing, we, like I said, we at the Kemetic Science Institute here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a great place to come. Bring your family, bring your kids. They got great books. They got organite pyramids. They got cards. They got
Yo, it's so everything.
everything, tonics, you know, crystals, you know, everything you can imagine and you would expect to help
Tire.
tune yourself up to the reality that you want to create, not the reality that I want for you. I cannot want for you. You will always be the only one looking out from your eyes through your point of view, and you're the only one that can save yourself. You're the only one can be the hero in your life. You're the only one can be your God. So be your God. Pick yourself up, brother. Give us some words of encouragement. Close us out. I am 12. I am 3. I am 1. Y'all know this is a Unity Conscious show. This is what we do. We got the brother here coming from the A. We got the big players, Mr. Bling himself. When you want the bling, when you want the stuff like you see Red Pill and Blue Pill wearing, the stuff you see me wearing, you got to come holler at the drip guy. You got to come holler at the high vibration. Not only is he going to make you bling, he's going to put the right gemstones, the right minerals, the right vibration on there. Tell it for you to get you back into alignment, to get your chakras lined up so you can shoot up your spine straight to the pineal gland. Make that thing just, that cobra just swell on her like our ancestors and sit on out like this, and you will sit back like a guru. You know what I mean? Because you're going to know everything. You know what I mean? Because we floating up out of here, man. Close us on out, brother.
I'll close y'all with a introduction to 3 things that I really want. These are 3 words I created for humanity. Indivise igita pelogra. In divine service, I give thanks in peace, love, and gratitude. Indivise igita pelogra.
You heard that, bro.
These statements have never existed before. I have manifested it in pure intention and will for all of humanity to express this with no malice or no negativity attached. And you can say this in divine service, in peace, love, and gratitude for all of us.
Words of power. Words of power. Words of power.
Indivise igita pelogra.
Brother Arulu, check him out. Brother, give him your contact information so they can know how to get with you, so they can get some of these powerful pieces.
Instagram at Arulu Asciu, and this is how you spell it: ARULUASCIU. Once again, Arulu Asciu, that's the Instagram. I do everything through there as a portal, the website, AsciuLux.com. Y'all can find that through the portal of Instagram. Once again, it's ARULUASCIU, and that's how you can find the drip guide. That's how you can order drip like this. You can find more, you know what I'm saying, awesome places where I'm gonna be at. You can become part of the build, and we can ascend together.
Right. We're gonna do this together. This is the only way we can do it is together. The melanin is coming. The melanin is coming together.
Oh yeah.
Mother is on her way. The black sun is rising. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Listen,
It's a good time to be on.
we on our way to 2020.
Oh yeah.
The big event. The big event.
Your eyes better be open.
The big event. We're going to close out with the Unity Conscious Show today. I am 12. I am 3. I am 1 is the brother Arulu. We out. Peace.